Hello, welcome to another video, and in this video I'm going to be testing the last of bugs part 1 on the RTX 2070 Super. As you can see here in NVIDIA GeForce Experience, I'm pairing it with the 13700K and 32 gigs of RAM, and I'm using the latest drivers from the NVIDIA website. Just a disclaimer, this video is not going to be HDR, it's just going to be like regular SDR video because the 2070 Super is not equipped with the HDMI 2.1, and my screen is an OLED TV. It's not like a real monitor. It is a monitor, but it's not really a monitor. So I'm just using HDMI 2.1 for now. It's gonna be like just SDR video 4K, and that's it. I'm gonna be trying the game at 1080p, 1440p, and 4K using FSR, of course, and DLSS, and see if the game can run at 4K. And as you can see here in GPU-Z, the GPU just has like 8 gigabytes of VRAM, and that's gonna be a little bit of an issue because the game is a VRAM hog. And as you can see here in MSI Afterburner, I'm not overclocking the card. I'm using the 111% of its power limit, but that's not overclocked. That's from the factory. All right, so let's see how it runs and judge from there. All right, so let's see the game. Let's go through the settings. I'm gonna be using 1080p at first. So the game gave me a warning because I had a 4090 before, and now I have a 2070. Even though I DDU the driver, the game told me like the GPU is different than the last GPU that you use, and we're gonna be optimizing the graphics. But they did not do that. Probably they did graphic setting, but not display setting. Display setting stayed the same. But I lowered the resolution to 1080p. No FSR NVIDIA DLSS, nothing. But I bet that the graphics are very low. I'm not sure. Yeah, so they lowered the texture and everything. That's why it's not taking as much of VRAM as it would. So everything is lowered, nothing is on maximum again, like, because this is not a 4090. But I think because the 2070 Super is just like an RTX 3060 performance wise, I think I can do like a little bit of medium textures and high textures. I'm gonna try it. So I'm gonna try it at high first, and then I'm gonna switch to medium later. I'm gonna do 16. I don't think that this filtering affects performance, so it's not a problem if I do X16. And I'm gonna hit apply, and I'm gonna go and start the game. Alright, so here we are in the most intensive area of the game. I have this Steam account locked in this area so I can just try GPUs and CPUs in this area of the game. So here, if I enable the performance metrics, I'm gonna be able to see how many FPS I'm gonna get. So 1080p. This is 1080p. 2070 Super. Running at like from 40 something to 60. 49 is the lowest I got, and 60 when I'm not looking at the water puddle. Just remember, guys, this is like the worst case scenario of the game. This is the most intensive area of the game. I played the game and beat it like too many times, but on PC I played it just once, and this is by far the most intensive area of the game because it has everything: the shadows, the puddles, the reflections, the geometry, the foliage geometry, the foliage, everything is here, like the grass and everything. That's the most intensive on the GPU to render. In 1080p, it's running very poor in this. It's nice below 60. I'm not sure if the fix that's gonna come this Friday gonna fix it, but it is really running poor. I'm just gonna try a little bit of DLSS. I'm just gonna try DLSS quality because at 1080p you don't want to be running any DLSS or anything. You want to be locked at really like 1080p native. You don't want to be doing any DLSS. I'm just gonna go do some DLSS. Gonna do sharpening 25, 24, probably 20. So DLSS defaulted to balanced. It did not default to quality. I don't know why. So in DLSS quality, we're locked at 59, 58. It's 60, 61. So DLSS quality in 1080p gives us a little bit of, you know, breathing room. And it's like running from 58 to 65. That's the maximum. I don't know if lowering the texture is gonna help. I'm just gonna try to lower the textures and see if it's gonna do anything, because I put the textures to high. Let's just put them to medium. Apply and see. Wait, what? That did not... That gave me 1 FPS. 2 FPS. Okay. That gave me 1 FPS. So textures from medium to high, they do look better. Like considerably better. Because now it looks just... See those the water puddle looks like just mud. It looks bad. And it just gave me like 1 to 2 FPS performance boost. That's it. There is no big uplift. But the thing is, lowering it from using DLSS quality, stabilize that graph. The frame time graph is stabilized. It's not like a big, thick line now. It's just like basically it's flat, but it's not really flat. Let's just try to increase again, because decreasing it to medium just did nothing. Like 1 FPS. Come on. Yeah, nothing. Like 1 to 2 FPS at maximum. So lowering the textures does not make a difference. Those reflections, because they are on low, they look bad. If I increase the reflections, the game is gonna suffer. So this is I mean, it's running good with FSR, but nobody wanna be using FSR with 1080p. That's just like, I mean, DLSS with 1080p. It just looks like a oil painting at this point. Why would I want to play a game like this? All right, so let's just go and increase the resolution. Where is it? Oh. Yeah, so now the game is 1440p. I disabled DLSS. So the game is 1440p and it's running below 30 FPS. I can feel that it's stuttery. I don't like, I mean, 30 FPS is not this bad, but with those frame times, it is actually bad. I can feel it in the camera movement. It feels stuttery. Even if I don't move the camera, I'm just looking at his shoulders, like moving from the running. It's just stuttery. So 1440p with the 2070 Super is not good. I mean, it looks better than 1080p. Obviously, it looks better, but it's not that good. I'm just gonna try to use some DLSS and see if we're gonna get like a big improvement from DLSS quality. And as you can see here, it's like it's maxing out. The VRAM is, it's like 1 gigabyte beyond, 1.5 gigabyte beyond the VRAM limit to this card. Okay, so I'm just gonna go to say enable DLSS quality. That did nothing. That did nothing. DLSS quality did nothing. Like from 29, 28 to 30, 31 is not a big improvement. So it's not gonna help. Probably balanced. I'm gonna see if it's gonna run good at balanced. Apply. Oh, FPS dropped. What is going on with this game? All right, so 36 from 29 to 36. That's a 7 FPS boost, but it's still not good. I mean, it looks the same. It does not look the same. I think it looks a little bit worse than, I don't know, I'm not sure. I was gonna say it's gonna look a little bit worse than 1080p, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, this area is taking a toll on the GPU, but I think DLSS performance in 1440p is gonna give us a big boost, but I'm not sure that anybody's gonna want to play in DLSS performance in 1440p because it's gonna lower the rendering resolution too much. Go to options, display, performance. I forgot to it does not make a difference actually because it's like lower than my screen resolution because my screen is 4K. This is 1440p. So now the game is rendering at 720p and upscaling to 1440p. Yeah, I can see that it's worse than balanced because those trees and those leaves on top of that wall, like right there, they are blurred. They're blurrier than balanced DLSS. But closer stuff like this fence did not even look different. The basketball hoop did not look different. But it gave us like from 29 1440p native to 40 FPS to 39 FPS in that spot. That's the most expensive on the GPU. That's the most expensive tax on the GPU to yeah, it takes a toll. This spot takes a toll on the GPU. See, like 37. Like from 29 to 37, this is DLSS performance. And it's just still struggling. Like 7 FPS above 30. And 30 is the minimum to be a playable game. This is not really good. I don't know why. This game is not like, there are games that look better than this game. But this game is like a GPU hog. I don't know why. I want to try 4K now, but I'm afraid that the game's gonna run like a 3 FPS or 4 FPS. I'm gonna keep DLSS performance and do 4K. I'm not gonna disable DLSS. So the game now is running rendering at 1080p, but it's upscaling to 4K, and it's already way bad. I mean, 2070 is not a 4K card, but even though it's rendering at 1080p, it's not rendering at 4K, and it's using DLSS performance. I'm not sure how the scaling works with this game, but it's running worse than 1080p native. It's looking better, actually looks better, but it's running worse than 1080p native. And the card is probably screaming now. It's running at 52 Celsius. That's not bad. It's gonna be probably like 120, 130 Fahrenheit. That's not bad actually. So here in this spot, when I'm not looking at this scene, oh, it dropped down to 20. The 1% low for the 4K is 12 FPS. The average, well, the average is not important now because it's still counting the 1440p, and that's bad. That's bad. 26 FPS. Rendering the game at 1080p. That's really not good. I mean, the CPU is just it's not working as hard as it is with the 4090, but it's still going to 70, 77, 72. Wow, the CPU is really going. Probably there's like one core that's working now, or two cores that's making it very hot. All right, so this is, I mean, that's why I test this area in The Last of Us, because it's the most intensive area on the GPU to render. It's not actually easy on the CPU that much. If you use a 4090, it's gonna be like a CPU bound in some scenarios. But like in this area, with this 2070 Super, the 13700K is by far is very powerful than that GPU, so it's not gonna struggle with that. Um, yeah, so 4K is a bad idea for the 2070. Just want to try it to see how it runs. But 1440p and 1080p both running at like 30 FPS, and like using DLSS only gets us to 60 FPS. Like in some cases in this game with 1080p using DLSS, that's bad. That's really not good. It reached the 70s at some points, but it's like sometimes it's just gonna be intensive. It's gonna drop, and you're gonna feel it. This game is not very optimized for GPUs or CPUs. They probably just like half baked it and launched it just to say like we launched the game on PC and that's it. Um, I played this game a lot in like PS4 and PS5, and I kind of hope that it's gonna be good, just like Spider-Man. Spider-Man is a good game, but just look at this game. It's chugging. It's running at 1080p and it's chugging. Like rendering it's running at 4K, but it's running in the game at 1080p. It's just not good. You know, it's not optimized. It's not. Probably they're gonna fix it this Friday, but I think they got a long way to go until it's like really fixed. All right, guys. So this is me testing this card in this game. It's this horrible game. I mean, the game is good, but the optimization is horrible. Um, yeah. So all right. So let's see you in the next video. Probably I'm gonna be trying Resident Evil in this game, in this GPU, and I'm gonna be trying other GPUs too, and see how this game and compared to Resident Evil, how they run both. All right, guys. See you later.